Crabs Meandering by Kiran Chakka. When I close my eyes and think about nature, I imagine a quiet shore populated by seagulls soaring, crabs meandering, and small bugs flitting around. I think of soft waves pushing the sand up and down the shore, creating small sand rows on a soft shore of white sand. The sun beats down on my back as I stare out along the ocean. I'm looking for a ship, maybe a boat, maybe a whale. I'm not sure. I'm peaceful. I bet I could lie down and think about my life for days. Nature is not always this beautiful and serene. When I imagine the dark times of nature, I think of a stormy day. The animals are gone somewhere. They've probably run inland to get away from the sharp water. I hear indiscriminate shrieks and don't know where they're coming from. The waves are huge, 15, no 20 feet. The water is dangerous. Somehow it isn't clear anymore. On a clear day, I feel like I could see hundreds of feet into the water. I can see the beautiful fish and the rough coral. On a stormy day, I see black. I see the animals' pain, and I see the sea spray jab the rocks like an endless war. In the first civilization, spirituality and religion were of paramount importance because they helped explain existence, which simply looking around outside did not do. Back then, we took care of the environment a lot better. More mutual respect existed. Partially out of necessity, but also partially because of the heightened levels of spirituality. People were generally happier. Nowadays, that is not really the case. Because of the advent of the information era and the necessity of efficiency and money, most people don't take time to calm down for a bit and look around outside. I can barely even draw a tree on my own, honestly. Of the happiest countries today, the top 5 all are ones where working hours are lower than most other first world countries, natural beauty is stunning, and the populations are a bit more homogeneous than, say, the United States, so the feeling of community is stronger. The countries that are less spiritual tend to work a bit too hard, not have the necessary infrastructure to support industry, or have people destroying the environment. Our spirituality almost directly parallels nature around us. Countries that are more spiritual have more nature and is better upkept. I believe the effect is also reverse causal. If we focus on relaxation and tending to nature, making sure we do not destroy it, we'll grow as people and learn our own spirituality's location inside of us. The human mind is inherently quite chaotic. We are like a puzzle that hasn't entirely put together, and our task while we live is to put that puzzle together. This would be finding our spirituality, coming to peace with ourselves. The problem is, many of us don't do that. We worry about our failures, the meaning of life, our losses, and whether or not we've accomplished enough to mean something. We are just throwing our puzzle pieces around. We never get to thinking about our happiness and putting those pieces together. I never really thought about spirituality when I was young, and really have not that much recently, honestly. My senior year of high school, I started to read a lot of books on meditation and spirituality because I was looking for a way to be more relaxed. I wanted to be more in tune with my inner self. I found a lot of techniques that were meant to help individuals develop their spirituality, and I tried them. I tried meditation, I tried active thought, and I tried counting my blessings, but nothing clicked with me. I felt frustrated because I was trying all the recommended techniques, but nothing was working. One day I was talking to my friend, and she recommended drawing and painting. I laughed a bit, but she seemed serious. I told her that I was a terrible artist, not because I was doomed to be that way, but because I never practiced. And she told me to try it anyway, that art's level expertise did not matter when trying to use it for spirituality. I found a new way of seeing myself in the following weeks. One day I got in my car and drove away from town. I was not heading for anything specific, but I knew that when I found something that I was looking for, that I would know. Eventually, about 20 minutes from my house, I stopped at Pinnacle Mountain, a popular spot for families to go and spend the day climbing or tossing a frisbee around in the fields. I sat down on the blazing sun on a picnic bench and took out my markers and paper. I looked around and decided to just draw everything that struck me as something I could put on paper with a certain amount of emotion. And that's how I put my puzzle pieces together, and that's how I've done so since.